Hi sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyasibuka ama-reality shows ethu la eMzansi bese sizala sokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama-reviews or ama-recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma any other issues avukayo uma ngabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Siyaphinda-ke futhi sikhulume ngama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers ethu la eMzansi. If it's your first time joining me today, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi bese upressa i-notification bell ukuze phela uthole umyalezo uma ngabe umsebenzi omusha sesiwufakile. Guys, I'm going to do the full review of Uthando Nesthembu episode 5. We did do a live izolo, but it was raining, the network was bad, so if you watch that video it's really not good. The audio is okay, but the video itself, the visual is not good at all, but I still kept it because some people still wanted to watch it, so I might privatize it later because the quality is really bad. But here I'm going to go through scene to scene like I normally do with my full reviews, except for one scene that I did say, guys, that I did miss because of our issue with electricity, but it's just a short thing, you guys. Maybe that part I'll talk about it after Thursday's episode, because we do another live after people watch it on Thursday on channel 161. Okay, so we're in episode 5, you guys. My thing about Uthando Nesthembu season 6 is the fact that we are still dealing with the number 5 storyline. I'm done. I'm so over it. I've said for the longest time that I don't think that it was even real. It was ever gonna happen. They're trying to come up with different angles for us to have to deal with the number 5. I hate that we are in episode 5 and we don't have any new storylines that they have introduced. I really just hate that about this season. But again, we will see how do we move forward with trying to enjoy this season, because if it's going to be about number 5, obviously looks like it's gonna bore us just like we were bored towards the end of season 5 of Uthando Nesthembu. So on the first scene here, Umselego is going out with Umangwabe and the family. So it's him, it's her, Umangwabe, and it's their 2 kids. They have 2 girls. Okay, Mangwabe is wearing pants, which I was surprised because normally they wear dresses mabe phuma nomselego, ngoba I remember ukuthi umselego akawathanda amabhlukwe. And one thing enginike indication yokuthi umselego he might pretend ukuthi akabalalela abantu, but I guess ukuthi pressure is getting into him in terms of how people have complaints about izinto that he says to his wives. Because remember how he handled Umakhumalo in that one episode, one season, when Umakhumalo was wearing tights and they were going for a hike. They were going hiking as a family. Umakhumalo wore these really nice tights, and Umselego had a problem with it, and he was speaking to her like he was speaking to a child, and a lot of the viewers didn't like it. You know, they didn't even like the fact that he gets to say what his wives should wear. You know, so I felt like his response to seeing Uma Ngwabe wearing ibhulukwe was toned down, and I think the reason for that, because he knows if he says something out of line, he's going to get it from the viewers. So she was really looking beautiful. She was wearing like tight pants and ilokuzana coat, like you know, Umangwabe. And honestly, she should be able to wear pants if she wants to wear pants. Now, girlfriends. So what is wearing pants in a relationship, really? If someone can go and be in other 1,000 relationships while they are in a relationship with you, you know? So, and he says, yeah, it's not that he has a problem with amabhlukwe. He has a problem with abantu bedunus. You know, abantu behambe bedunusa. Guys, I don't understand that. It's not like mawugqoke ibhluko usuhamba ukudunusa phela ukuthi uhamba uveza izinto. So I don't think anybody does that, you know. But I guess it means you need to cover your bum. You know, you need to cover your bum. So if ungakhavile, that means uhamba udunusa amadoda. So she looks nice now because umbozile. So Umangwabe in the diary session, she says ukuthi into emangaza ngumseleko ukuthi she will tell you what to do, akutshela ukuthi ungadunusi, but the people ahamba nabo lapha ama girlfriends akhe bayadunusa, they wear pants and bayadunusa, kodwa thina azositshela ukuthi singadunusi, which is interesting. So ufuna ukubona awufuna ukubona izinqe la kumakhosikazi wakho, ufuna ukuyibona lapha izinqe. Okay, so they're going out with the kids. I think bekuyindawo yokudla leyana bathe iMappi Ramsgate. And they're talking about the fact that ingane yabo, the oldest, wants to have a sleepover. I can say it's her cousins because ingane of her other moms, so it's her sisters and brothers. Laba bakwi-age yabo, so they want to do a sleepover. So she's asking her father for money, and ubaba gives her 800 rand. Guys, like rich people, here's 800 rand. She said she wants to buy toys and whatever. I guess maybe snacks for a sleepover. That's just what I'm guessing. And then they get the food. When they get the food, umseleko uncoma ukuthi ukudla kwalana kumnandi, but then ukhuluma as if he's been there kuleya ndawo where they are. So uMangabe is like, so you've been here, uhamba nobani here, which I think really is a strange question, because your husband has 3 other wives. You also know that he has girlfriends, obviously with one of them, but I guess it was just that jealousy thing from uMangabe, which is the reason why Umseleko says ukuthi uMangabe uzokumangaza, because sometimes she acts like akekho sesithenjini, I think honestly, you guys, I remember at the beginning of Uthando Nesthembu, right at the beginning, where uMacele said ukuthi, listen, indoda yami inesithembu, but when he is at my house, akayona indoda yesithembu, he is my husband. So at the end of the day, umangabe kuyini nobabili, it's just you there's nothing that should be reminding you constantly of the fact that there's other people in this relationship. It should be about the two of you. So then you mustn't be talking about ukudla kwalana being nice because you've tasted it with someone else. If I haven't been here with you, that means you haven't been here. I know it's crazy, but I guess uMangabe wants that, basically, to pretend you haven't been here if you haven't been here with me. Anyway, you guys, they also talk about the fact that their daughter, Uzenande, their youngest daughter, is due to do a scan, because the doctor does call them. She had done a procedure, remember, earlier on, was it season 3 or 4, and then now they have to do a scan to see how that procedure went. Okay, so they talk about that a little bit, and they do talk about how her speech is a little bit affected by the procedure that they had to do, but they feel like just the fact that she's still alive and doing everything that they never thought she was going to be able to do is a great thing, you guys. I like to see them parent together, but I do feel like there must be a lot of times when uMangabe does this alone, you guys, because obviously he has to attend to everybody else and all the other kids and all the other girlfriends. And when you are dealing with a kid with a medical condition, you do need your partner right there with you all the time. But I imagine in the situation, there are times when uMangabe has to deal with this situation alone, which I think really is unfortunate. Okay. So that was the scene with uMangabe. One thing that surprised me about the scene, but not really at the same time, it was a surprise, but it wasn't a surprise at the same time, was the fact that uMangabe, at the beginning of their dates, does say it's been really long since they went out, just the two of them, or just them and the kids. She says that Umseleko doesn't do that anymore. And she does say, one thing about Umseleko is that he really, really likes going out, going out to eat, going out to nice places. So obviously, if he is not doing it with uMangabe, he must be doing it with other people. But all she can say, akusajola in her marriage, so that then they no longer go out like that, But you guys, where would he get the time? He has 4 wives, he has girlfriends, he has business. He has businesses. And my expectations for this man are really high, because honestly, where would he get the time to be setting up dates with all of them, except when they are setting up dates for the show so that they can shoot the scenes, because at least there he is at work. Outside of work, I don't think that man has time to spend with each of the wives, honestly, unless they're going to some function or they're going to work together. So then the next thing was uMakhumalo noMpilo. They look really cool. They're going out. to play golf, which I thought, wow, that's an interesting activity, Jenna, for you, for a mom and a daughter to do. I wonder who came up with that idea. Or the producer said, it was okay, there's this golf that you guys can go play. I thought, I will never think of that activity, but it's not to say that Umakumalo Nopilo didn't think of it. It was just strange for me that, oh, so they decided to just go play golf. Oh, wow. It was something different. So they do go and play. Umakumalo Nopilo always seem to have fun together because they really, really like each other. They love each other as mom and daughter. But there's something, I mean, that always thinks about Umarampilo. It always makes me think about Umarampilo. I always wonder how the relationship between Umpilo and her mom is, and if there's any efforts made in that relationship, not only on Pilo's side, but also on Umbakampilo's side, because we never see Umpilo with her mom, but then again, I guess she's not part of the show. But I just always wonder, every time I see them with Umakumalo, it's a great relationship, but it always makes me wonder, like, I wonder if she does have a good relationship too with her mom, because her mom is also still living. So they play golf. Did Umakumalo win? I think Umakumalo won, and they're just having fun, you guys. They had fun, and they start talking later on. They start talking about the changing of the surname when it comes home below, which really surprised me, you guys, because honestly, lenting ebengisho on episode 1 yokuthi Uthando Nesthembu sometimes looks like they put their lives on, they shoot a season, they finish, they put their lives on hold when it comes to what we see on the show. If someone poured a glass, a drink here, and they put it here, and then the season ends, this glass sits here and waits for the next season the person picks it up. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying, because it's like konama issues that they only talk. It feels like, do you guys only deal with this during the season, or off season you just leave it as it is, until next season, then you start to talking about it, because the issue below and changing his name, I thought it was sorted long ago, because they did go by Ohlawula. Remember Makumalo ehamba nabantu abayohlawula, and some of us thinking it wasn't appropriate for her to be the one that is there negotiating in the Mahlawulo Kampilo and all of that. But again, it was done. And Ugogo Kampilo at that time even said, it's okay, it's fine. They can change isibongo sikampilo. Now they're talking about it, saying Guti, it's like umndeni kaMakampilo changed their minds, and now they've changed their mind, and they're saying that they want Umpilo ukuthi alotsholwe before they can change the surname. Umakumalo feels like it's some sort of a blackmail, and you feel like she is questioning my intentions a family kaMakampilo. Okay, I do feel like I do understand the point Kamakumalo, but I also never understand why Umselegu is not the one that deals with these things when it comes to ingane zakhe that he had before he got married. Why would he not be the one that addresses these things, ukuthi asiza abantwana bakhe ukuthi bahlawulwe, ukuthi benziweleni, whatever the family wants for them to change the surname? He just seems to stand laphayana on the side and wait for his wives to sort out lezo zinto lezo. I do not understand it. So Umakumalo seems to believe ukuthi Mpilo is old enough now to take the initiative to sort it out herself. She needs to be able to say what she wants. If she wants to change her surname, she needs to let her family kamawake to know, let the family kamselego to know, and then and find out what is the way forward. But she feels like she can no longer do that for her because she's old enough to take that initiative, and whatever it is that she decides what she wants done will be done. She will help her, but she won't take the lead in that. And I think that's a good idea. She is grown now. She can sit down and have a conversation with her mom and find out what's holding things back and what needs to be sorted. Have another conversation with her dad, and then they can see how they sort it out. And if I was Umakumalo Vele Nami, I would stand on the sideline now, because even at that time Umakampilo did not like the involvement Kamakumalo in the whole thing. She did not. I remember one time when Umakumalo called Umakampilo was like, you know what, from now on, now I want to deal with Ubaba Kampilo when there's something that needs to be discussed as far as Umpilo is concerned. And then Umselegu would say ukuthi yena akakhulumi nama ex. Akakhulumi nama ex, so I don't know how do you sort out izinto zomntwana if ungakhulumi nama ex. Anyway, the next scene is Umselegu usendlini kaMacele, which he does a lot these days. He seems to be endlini kaMacele more than any other house. Okay, okay. So they're talking about, oh, Abongwe is going to be going to a Matric dance. So Abongwe for some reason looks older than she actually is. To think Uguti, she just went to her Matric dance. And she talks about she wants a certain car, Jaguar and whatever, Rolls Royce and what, and her suits. And I don't know if Mark was talking about the suits being skirts and the coat. She's like, no, actually, I mean suit, you know. I did say this we live, you guys, that I do feel like the producers with Umselego, they're trying to push. It feels to me that they're trying to push Abongwe to coming out on the show, which I don't think that it's a good idea. Whatever coming out, whatever that is for her, but I feel like they're trying to push her because they kept saying, so Isudu, what kind of suit? Who are you going with? Are you going to the after party? To the after party, who are you going with? And all of that. So I feel like they want her to come out and share more about her life than she's comfortable with, because she didn't seem like she's comfortable to share. And I don't like that, you guys. I just feel like I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want for her to feel the pressure to come out on the show if she wants to. Anyway, so anyway, they're not promising the cars because Umawak is like, kodwa wake wayibona iJaguar la kaMselegu ke la kini uyibona iJaguar ke, so manje leyo moto izothathwa kuphi. And naye she's saying ukuthi the thing about ubaba wakhe, sometimes you don't know whether he's going to come through or not. I don't know, you guys. I know that she did go to a Matric dance, but I don't know if le moto leza isifunayo wayithola na. And okay, fine, this is where electricity way too went joop. And then the next it was a scene between Umacele no Snake, you guys. And that's a thing that really like made me sad, because honestly I thought the teaser from last week was just making us want to watch the show. I felt like because last week in the preview they showed us Umacele asking Usnego, are you pregnant? Yeah, well, and we all thought, oh my god, she's pregnant again. But then I really like felt like no, it's just they want us to think so that we can watch the next episode. So they're having a conversation. Umacele asks Usnego, people have told me, oh, you are pregnant, and it's people who are your friends. Like, I just want to find out what's happening with you. Are you really like pregnant? And Usne answers, she's very disrespectful, because at first she says, I'm not pregnant. Who told you that? And Katelela Abantu who like to tell you things. It's like Abantu, they like to come to Macele with the news. Zigasne, just because Macele undlukulu wakuphi Mselegu. Bengakhulumi lana kahle. It was the first time that Usne was talking to Macele, almost sounding disrespectful, and enganandaba nje nokuthi ukhuluma noma wakhe, you know. At the end, she ends up saying yes, she's pregnant. I honestly think Umacele was feeling like us. I think she was hoping Usne is not, because I think Naya, she was shocked when eventually Usne was like, yeah, okay, fine, I'm pregnant. Even after she said that, guys, I was like, I want her to say, you know, it's almost like next episode, can she just come out and say, but Vumile at the end, she was like, yeah, no, I am pregnant, you know. And the disappointment in Macele's, face, of course, because I think she's one of those moms out of all of the moms that have tried to help us, at least according to what we've seen on the show, you guys, because we don't see anything on the show, you know. And every time a season begins on Uthando Nesthembu, they usually don't know where Usne is, you know, and then they will go look for Usne, and then Usne will come back to the family, and then the next season will begin, and also they don't know where Usne is. So it's almost like mengabe kungasho ukuthi show and Usne has disappeared to wherever that she is, nobody cares to look for her, nobody cares to find her. And maybe now that's why she just feels like whatever, you know. So guys, it looks like Usne is pregnant. Yo, I think more than just Umacele being disappointed at her, I think she's disappointed at herself because she really didn't want us to say good and didn't want to say good she's pregnant. And Umacele is trying to ask her, "What's okay? So who is the father? Is Ubaba who is that? Ubaba Samgelo? Is Ubaba Samgelo? Samgelo is like the second baby Kasni. Is Ubaba Samgelo the father?" And then it's like, yo, we are picking up because Vele she had confirmed a while ago at the beginning of the season. In fact, they broke up with Baba Samgelo. So she's basically saying Baba Samkelo is not the father of this baby, meaning there's probably another guy that is the father of this baby. But the episode ended without us finding out who the father of the baby is. Now, next season, they showed us a preview. Kasne ekhuluma nomseleko. I guess they have to tell Umusa ukuthi she's pregnant again, and he is asking the same question, who is the father of this child, and it's like a mystery now. Everybody wants to find out who's the father of this child. Now, I think what I missed this episode when the electricity went off is that conversation, because on the preview there is a conversation that was supposed to take place between Umayeni no Musa and Ulokhuzana. The firstborn Kamayeni, about him taking his team. That is the conversation that I missed this episode, you guys. So I haven't seen how that conversation went. And obviously in each episode we see all four of the wives. We see Umangwabe, Umacele, Umakhumalo, Umayeni. And since I didn't see Umayeni because of the electricity going off and on again, I think that is what we missed. But we will talk about it when we do our live on Thursday night after the second group watches the episode. Anyway, you guys, there was the review for today, you guys. Honestly, if you're reaching episode 5 and there is no new storyline for the season, usually the show is in trouble. I don't want to lie, like the show is in trouble. If it's season 5, we should already have a new storyline. I don't think that we can say it's a new storyline for Umselegu to say he's not taking number 5, which is Umakhumalo. He's now taking Umamtolo. Like swapping Umakhumalo for Mamtolo because he was going to take Umakhumalo and swapping the storyline and Skamakhumalo for Mamtolo. It's like the same storyline. It's a number 5 storyline, you know. I want something different, you guys. I want something different. Even somebody was saying they wish that Makhumalos had explored options in terms of like having a child and all of that, and she could go through options or IVF and all of that, because it could give us an opportunity to learn when it comes to that. That would have been a great storyline, but that was shut down a long time ago. But I understand why that viewer was saying that. Like, we just need a new storyline. We do need a new storyline. So if we're in season 5 and we haven't been introduced to anything new, it scares me, because it means that this is not actually going to be as good of a season as we thought it was going to be. So yeah. Anyway, you guys, that was my review for today. Please tell me what you think about this episode in the comments section. Tell me if you think it's still exciting for you. There are people already who are saying they're not watching anymore because they're tired of number 5 storyline, and I do not blame them. Thank you so much. Please like the video before share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando.